There are certainly some good things about the Buster Report, but I feel like this episode is a little bit weak. It's just lacking something. This is the second segment of the first episode of the 14th season of Arthur, and Mr. Ratburn has tasked the class with giving oral reports on somebody they admire. And George decides to give a report on Buster, which is a little bit weird, but ultimately it does make sense. Buster, on the other hand, does not know who to give a report on, and instead spends his energy trying to make himself funny and interesting for George, trying to make George focus on the quirky side of Buster. But what George actually presents is, in itself, a lot more admirable and a lot more beautiful, and I won't go into too much detail about that. I don't want to spoil it, but I think George gave a really great report, and actually it was quite moving. But again, still slightly weird. Buster definitely wasn't focusing on the right things. He wasn't really looking at what it means to be admirable. He was kind of mixing up comedic and admirable, which are, not necessarily the same thing. To be honest, I feel like there was something missing in the episode. I feel like it was missing an angle or a sentiment. I'm not entirely sure. I can't put my finger on it. It's not a specific thing that I feel like it was lacking. It just felt a little bit underdeveloped, and I feel like it needed something a bit more. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it at all. It wasn't too bad. But compared to the average Arthur episode, I feel like it's just lacking in something.